Taking on a DIY job around the house is the ultimate summer project. But if your DIY home security system is a beware of dog sign, when your real pet is Princess the cat, that's safe-ish. To be actually safe, help protect your home with a DIY system from ADT. It's easy to install and gives you virtual assistance from ADT's technical support team. Best of all, you can tell everyone in the neighborhood you set it up yourself. Don't settle for safe-ish this summer. DIY with ADT instead. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for Season 17, Episode 6, titled Let's Get Sickening Ball. My name is Joe Betance, and I'm joined as always by one nautical co-host from the podcast. Bravo, bravo, effing bravo. Please say...
Sorry, not sorry. Everyone's ugly.
To Mr. Nathan Patrick Brown. Hello, Nathan.
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
I'm good. Do people ever call you... Am I the only one that calls you Nathan Patrick Brown?
Yes.
That's because I think one of your social media names is Nathan Patrick Brown, correct?
Yeah, my name on Instagram is just Nathan Patrick. Because I don't know, I'm trying to do that Neil Patrick Harris thing where you do the first, two first names and then a last name.
Well, Neil Patrick Harris probably did it because there's a SAG rule that you can't have the same name as another person. So there probably was already a Neil Harris. So he was Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, I'm not in SAG.
No. Are you though? Are you? All right, everybody. Very good episode of Just Between Us Girls. I will say this. We recorded it so long ago, I have no idea what we talked about.
I was just thinking that when you said that, I was like, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
I think it was a good episode. Can I remember there was a part where I went for so long that I said, oh, wait, we never found out about you.
And we had a good laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
But I have some big news too. Can I realize something? So, I always talk about it. So let me talk about it right here. Patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. And I'm going to talk about this again in a second because there's even stuff. I have a big news for the public feed people. Okay. In terms of Patreon, that costs you no money. But before we do that, I realized something.
What?
So we're doing this new thing where you get truncated episodes in the public feed. And, I have this premium service on Apple Podcasts where you get Just Between Us Girls. And it used to be, because you'd get the episode a day late, but then you got some Just Between Us Girls, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. They're not getting the full episode. That's not fair. That's not right. So now, and people who already are subscribers know, you get the full episodes now. So if you're one of those people who are like, I don't want to be on Patreon, if you subscribe to to Drag Race Recap premium content, you're getting the full episode and Just Between Us Girls as well. So you're getting all of that right there on your feed. Okay, so
that's good.
So you can scroll right up if you're on Apple Podcasts, pay through the Apple Pay through the Apple iTunes Store. Right there. I think it's like $6 a month or something. And you get Just Between Us Girls and you get Drag Race Recap and the full episode, everything that you wanted, and you don't have to be on Patreon. But I'm going to tell you guys something. You're like, well, I don't know if I want to do that. I can't talk too much about it, actually, but there's something very special happening that you guys probably won't even notice, so never mind. But pretty soon, those full episodes, the Drag Race Recap, will be available for free, but on the Patreon app. So what I need you to do is download the Patreon app on your iPhone. You don't have to sign up for anything, but just subscribe to our show as a free patron. Subscribe to our show as a free patron, and there will be some exciting stuff coming next month, actually.
Is this going to be like those OnlyFans creators where they're like,
Nope.
It's a free OnlyFans, and then you go into it and it's like $7 for this,
Nope.
$8 for that?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. You'll be getting the free episode, but
Whole
Look, I
hog.
will say there's going to be a little bit of a catch. It doesn't cost you money. There's no extra money. There's no extra money.
Just your voice.
Yeah. It's just your voice. And also I get everything that's on your phone. Right?
Oh, no deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, no. So just there'll be more details coming soon. But I would do that now is download the Patreon app, subscribe to our show as a free patron. You don't have to pay for anything. And you'll get some good stuff. All right. Well, Nathan, what's going on with you? Anything? How do we do this?
Well, sometimes you take a break, but I think
that's
you have
what we're
some
gonna do.
questions. Oh yeah, let's break.
No. Because here's what happens for people who are on the public feed. Here's what happens. We're gonna take a break. Oh, there was something else I wanted to say.
And I'm doing well as well. Thank you, by the way.
There's something else I wanted to say. Something happened. And I was like, I got to talk about this on the show. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh, I know what it is. I spoke to Carlo from Germany. Now, if you listen to Relaska Thoughts, know.
Yeah.
This is actually really interesting. He told me, so he messaged me that it was so awful what Mr. Blackstone said that he couldn't even repeat it. Right. And I was like, oh my God. So, he and I speak on a weekly basis. So the next time I spoke to him, I said, listen, now it's me. It's Joe, your buddy. Can you tell me what Mr. Blackstone said? Mm-hmm. So let me tell you what Mr. Blackstone said, and then I'll tell you why it's so offensive. Because actually, on the surface, it's not that offensive.
Okay.
But no, hold on for a second. It's offensive. But it's not like you can't repeat it offensive to an American, right? What he said in German was, "You make our race proud, my queen." Right? Which is not, it's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good, but you're like, well, why couldn't he repeat it to me in private, right? Here's the problem. And this is weird because Germany, they're famous for German having a word for fucking everything, like Schadenfreude, But in Germany, they don't have a word for race the way we do. It just doesn't exist.
Oh.
Okay? It just doesn't exist. So what the word for race is the same as like breed, right? Yeah. So like almost the way you would talk about a dog breed or something, an animal breed, right? So but essentially in German, what it comes off to is like, you make our breed proud, which is strangely very offensive. My question is, do you think Blackstone knew this?
Yeah, I don't think he's a good guy.
Also, his German is so good. There's no way your German could be that good and not know that. So anyway, I don't know what he's saying this week. I never know. And so we're going to find out. And I don't know. I'm scared. Every week I'm scared. And Nathan still, every week I have people who are like, I love him. He's my favorite part of the show.
That's crazy.
Yeah. People tell me they look forward to him. It's weird.
Yeah.
But until you kind of air it is. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the episode. We'll be back right after this.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
And we are back. This week, the girls work in teams to put lipstick through glory holes and participate in the Let's Get See Sickening Ball. In the end, Arietti was named the winner of the challenge, while Lana Jarre and Hormona Lisa were in the bottom two. After lip sync battle for their lives, Lana Jarre was told, Shantae, you stay, while Hormona Lisa was asked to sashay away. Nathan, Patrick, Brown were the right queens in the bottom, and did the right queen win the lip sync? And then also remember, second is, what was your biggest takeaway from the episode? But answer that first part.
I think some of the queens were in the wrong spots. I would have probably have put like a Corey King in the bottom. I thought none of her looks are that good. And then I could have seen someone like a Jules Sparkles in the top instead of like a Crystal. I am very happy for Arietti. I thought she was amazing. And Right Queen won the lip sync? Yeah. Well, actually, I do think it should have been a double sachet. I thought it was a pretty shit lip sync. But Hormona, it was her time, baby girl. I mean, she should have gone weeks ago.
I have a completely different take on this. First of all, probably in the bottom two, it should have been, if we were assuming everything stays the same, it should have been Acacia and Hormona. Well, actually, honestly, it should be Acacia and Corey, or Acacia and Lana Jarre, actually.
So I would have gone like
this is
Corey
tricky.
and Alana.
This is tricky. Okay, here's why. Look, do I think Hormona Lisa should win the competition? No, and I even said she needed to go by Snatch Game, right? Or, I really, okay, but we're going to get to this in a second. But she needed to go soon. Okay, so it's not like, oh my God, too soon or anything like that, right? But it is one of these things where I was listening to her critiques, and maybe I'll pull the critique for Rulaska Thoughts or something, but I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, not that Hormona Lisa is the greatest ever, but she does know how to sew, and her looks to me were on the lower end of safe. If I'm being completely honest, they were on the lower end of safe. So if you listen to her critiques, because they were on the lower end of safe, the critiques were not like as specific or pointed as the other critiques. Like her critique was, oh, we wish you would try something new. This is drag. You have to be dangerous. And you're like, it's a really vague critique. Where Lana Jarre, they were like this, and this. And Acacia forgot, they were like boom, 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 boom. They had points. They were like, look at this. And you could basically, but with Hormona Lisa, she just got sort of these vague critiques. So it felt like, oh, they just want to find a reason. Then on this lip sync, look, I see what you're saying for a double sachet. I'm not a big fan of the double anything, if I'm being honest with you. I'm not a fan of the double Shantae. I'm not a fan of the double sachet, right? And so to me, if you have to give it to one of them, it's a toss-up. They both had very different approaches. It did seem like Hormona Lisa knew the words a little bit more, but whatever, right? Here's where I'm going to go on my angle why Hormona Lisa should have stayed. This Lana Jarre is so fucking boring, right? Boring. Here's the deal. I was thinking the entire time, what's that Bianca Del Rio quote to Laganja? Like, what do you do successfully?
Quickly.
Right? That's how I feel about Lana Jarre. Because here's what I'll say. Look, here's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to go jump off on what you just said. Arietti was appropriately in the bottom last week. Okay, she sucked at the challenge, right? And the little bone of contention here is Arietti and her little crew all think that Drag Race should be all about the looks. They don't care about comedy, acting, singing, and nothing. Their looks alone. Okay. Mm-hmm. Which I think is a mistake, right? But, I will say, for the most part, she and her little crew, like Jewel Sparkles, this Lexi Love, they deliver on that, right? The one thing you'll say is they deliver.
Yeah.
On the looks. They're shitty at other things, but they can do the looks. So with Lana Jarre, her whole thing is that she also is a look queen, right?
And yet she didn't bring the looks.
No. So look, let's take a look here, right? And I'm going to compare to Hormona Lisa. She's shitty at the acting. She's shitty selling a look. She has zero charisma. She has the charisma of fucking lint, right? She has no charisma. She has no uniqueness, zero nerve, zero talent, right? So it's not like with Arietti, you could say like, oh, well, she can't act or sing or anything, but she can fucking serve a look, right?
Yeah.
And I'll even say when Lana Jarre does have looks that are good, she doesn't serve the look. Contrast her with Anya. Anya's looks aren't that great, right?
No,
but
she
that
serves
bitch
though.
Can sell a look on that runway. She could sell. She could sell a phone book on that runway. Okay.
Did you notice with Lana's looks this week? She had the fish shoes.
Oh yeah, I know. As people, yeah. And so Lana, Anya Nerve could have sold a fucking Lala Ree's dress.
Yes,
right?
yes.
She can just do it. Okay. Lana Jarre can't even sell a fucking good look, right? And now it's time for looks and she fucking bottoms out, right? So first of all, what is she? And then remember last week, but you know what? Even then, I'd give it to her if she just brought fucking great TV. Nope. Pissed off.
Well,
she's not giving good TV, right?
That's my hope for next week. Now that she's gotten into the bottom and she's been saved, I hope she might. I don't know.
I think this girl doesn't she's aware of nothing, right? Because a lot of these girls now, they win the lip sync and then they think that they won the whole show.
Yeah, that's so true. It is funny that Law Roach clocked her. He was like, "You're standing here getting a critique and you look so fucking boring."
Yes.
And she can't even serve listening.
So here's the thing, and this is where I think they made a mistake. Is now you got this Hormona Lisa, and say whatever the fuck you want about this bitch, right? I don't care. Say whatever you want, okay? And whatever. Aren't you dying to see what she would have done on this fucking Snatch Game? I couldn't give two shits what this Lana Jarre, because you know what Lana Jarre's gonna do? She's gonna be the fucking British supermodel. I don't even know if this is true. Who threw the phone? Who's that? Naomi Campbell.
Yeah.
She's gonna be
TikToker.
TikToker. She's gonna do somebody fucking boring, right? It's gonna be the worst fucking thing you've ever seen in your entire life, and not even in a good way. Not even in a good way. Not even it's just gonna be forgettably awful. Okay. She's gonna she's gonna be awful, right? But this Hormona Lisa would have been awful too. But it would have been it would have been the girl, the who was the one, the Aiden Zane. Remember when she did the random ass girl from Rocky Horror Picture Show? The point where the woman
apologize.
She had to apologize. The woman's I never met her, and she said they were friends and all this shit, right? It's good. It would have been, and I can't wait to find out who it was, right? And it would have been great. I'm like, how are you a TV producer? Because this Lana Jarre is not going to give you shit. She's going to continue to be boring. She's going to continue to just have fucking sourpuss faces and not work the no charisma on the runway, like a fucking cipher just walking down. They might as well just put a mannequin on the wheels and just push the outfit on there, because that would be more interesting than what we've been seeing from this Lana Jarre, You know what? It's good her name's Lana Jarre because I want to go to sleep when I see her, right? And so...
You sleep in lingerie?
Oh, all the time. That's what Victoria's Secret is. It's me. Anyway, so like there was a really silly move on the producer's part because what good is Lana Jarre going to bring you in these coming episodes? What good is she going to bring you? She's not going to get good TV. She's not going to serve fierce looks. She's not going to good acting. She's not going to be good on Snatch Game. At least with her Mona Lisa, we would have gotten one more good laugh.
Would have been funny.
When she's on there being like, I'm Paula Dane. And I'm like, oh, oh, I don't know, Rue. Shine for Jesus. And you're like, did Paula Deen say shine for Jesus? I don't even know. That's what I'm saying is like, look, she had to go, but we could have seen Hormona on Snatch Game, and that's what we're losing. We lost. That's who lost.
Maybe we'll see her on a UK versus the World season 5 or something down the line, and that will be nice.
No, Hormona Lisa's gonna. This is Hormona Lisa's one shot. That's all she got.
Or we'll just see her at a book tour then.
Yeah. Okay. What was your biggest takeaway from this episode, Nathan?
My big takeaway is be careful what you wish for, Lana Jarre, with wanting critiques for weeks, bitching and moaning. I mean, that German word, Schadenfreude, it really hit me, and I thought it was so delicious that she finally got a critique and it was for her being in the bottom and she got torn apart. I enjoyed that as a viewer.
Careful what you fuck. That same thing happened with this fucking Jan too. Remember, she finally got it and then they ripped her to shreds.
Yeah, be happy being safe, girls.
Yeah, and I think Rue told her that.
Well, Rue gagged me. He was like, we almost put you in the bottom a few weeks ago for the other challenge. And I loved Rue doing that. I thought Rue was great this episode. In fact, I thought this was a good episode. But yeah, be careful what you wish for, bitch.
I've said this before. For the most part, it's actually been a consistently solid, in terms of composing an episode, been pretty good. There's little choices I don't understand. Again, I don't understand why they chose this Lana Jarre over Mona Lisa, but whatever. My big takeaway from the episode, that's a pretty good one, but be careful what you wish for. My big takeaway from the episode is, I'm going to say this is actually more of a Rulaska Thoughts type thing, but we're going to talk about the looks on Rulaska Thoughts. So everyone should know for this week, on this episode, we're only going to talk about the design look. Okay. But on Rulaska Thoughts, we're not going to talk about all the looks, but all the other looks are going to be up for discussion. And also major themes. But what I'm going to say is, I'm actually very curious to hear what Robert thinks, because Robert is a big Anya Nerve stan, right? And I think she's not a good person.
Yeah.
And so, but my big takeaway is a lesson. Is if you see something, say something. So
is that what that saying's about?
Yeah, it's about that. If you're no, look, I will say, in fairness to Anya and Arietti, it was a fucking tarp, right? That was, and Anya makes a really good point, which is, I guess because they don't want to stain the cement or whatever, whenever they do these kinds of challenges, they lay the tarps out there for them to. So it is not crazy what they thought, right? But my other thing too, and maybe we'll address this in the major episode. I don't want to talk about this now, but basically, yes, I also was thinking the entire time, we'll just spray paint over it.
Yes, of course.
So that's the part I didn't get either. So anyway, so let's. That's my big takeaway. If you see something, say something. Why is that so funny?
Because my mind goes to terrorism.
I don't know why it does. That's funny. That's the last thing. I was thinking like sexual assault.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because I don't know. I'm just going to make a horrible joke that I think would not be good. All right. So why don't we do this? Look, they've already gotten, the public feed's gotten so much show already. So here's what we're going to do. Public feed. Stick around. There's going to be, a curated version that you're going to hear right now. But for now, while you untuck in the Fall Decor Lounge, Nathan and I are going to talk about the rest of the episode. All right, after the elimination, the girls walk back into the workroom to de-drag and decompress. Ariette celebrates her badonkadunk save, and Susie Toot realizes the connection between the 1 and the 7. The next day, the queens walk back into the workroom ready for the next maxi challenge. Gathered at the table, the girls realize there are no more saves this season before RuPaul enters the workroom to announce this week's mini challenge. The girls need to transport a collection of Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks from one side of the glory hole to the other using only their lips. Dividing into teams Rue and Norvina, the girls worked their lips on the sticks. In the end, Team Rue was the winner. For this week's Maxi Challenge, the girls will participate in a ball. There are 3 categories. First is Bathing Beauties, which will have the queens showing off bathing suits. Next, we have Sea Creature Couture, where the queens will bring marine life to life. And finally, we have a design challenge titled Sea Sickening Eleganza. The girls must use unconventional materials and garbage meant to emulate the refuse in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Immediately after the announcement, the girls get to work on their outfits. Let's stop right there. A lot of words, but not a lot of action. Any big takeaways? Let's start with after the elimination. Do you have any big things to talk about there?
Yeah, you know how last week I was like, I would have assumed it would have been rigged that the badonkadunk would have saved Ariette, but I just can't see how it happened. Now when she's like, 17's my angel number and I've got it tattooed on my neck, I'm like, they knew she was pulling the number 1 lever. Like, they knew.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think they hedged their bets and they were like, this bitch with the 17 on her neck, she's going to pull the 1. And they just knew it was a sure thing.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if I go that deep. Because what if she didn't?
Well, then I will. But I think, I mean, she's had a 17 on her neck. What are the odds?
Yeah. Maybe. Any other thoughts?
After the elimination, the only thing I thought was odd was that Susie's look is getting discussed again. I mean, I guess because they've put it in Untucked, but not everyone watches Untucked, so they sort of just have to cram it into the main episode. But it's like, why are they still going on about it? When you've got someone like a Corey King sitting there looking dreadful all the time.
Hold on. It's been a week for us, but it's only been like an hour or 2 for them.
Yeah, and I'm sure these conversations happen, but they edited it and left it in.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay.
So I think they wanted us to see it, which makes me think it's going to keep coming up.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, look, like I said, as I say almost every episode, I call balls and strikes. And I said last week when we talked about the conspiracy about whether it's chosen or not, that we'll see if because the World of Wonder is not subtle. And so that if they was intentional, they would very much call attention to it, which they did. But that said, I still think it was rigged. I just think that they were hoping, it worked out the way it did,
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, and then, it's almost like this thing where, if the person that they wanted just chose another number, then they wouldn't notice,
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I feel. This is probably a comment that I should probably make on Rulaska Thoughts, but I'll make it here and maybe Robert can bring it up. But I was looking at Jules Sparkles, the boy, and I was like, she looks like somebody. And she looks like Beetle from Legend of Zelda. Thank you.
Okay.
That's just for Robert. Right? And
I've
Aiden.
played Zelda, but I can't picture Beetle.
And look, going back to what you're talking about, it's just like, how do these, just the way they repeated it there, I'm going to say it here, is how is it that these girls don't know 17 seasons in, that Quirky wins?
Mm-hmm.
Quirky does well. Okay, now let's get to this mini challenge. We're essentially a glory hole. Any big thoughts here?
Well, I think it's hard to have big thoughts on a glory hole mini challenge. I just think it's fun. Just like a fun little mini challenge that we don't always get anymore. So it was nice. Norvina, I mean, I guess she's just like contractually, like she gets one episode. She's always boring, but she always looks good.
Some of the gays love her. Yeah, the gays, they like her.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say about it.
She seems like one of those bitches who has a bunch of gay friends and calls them my gays.
Yes.
100%.
She did look good.
You know, what's so funny is I was talking to this Carlo from Germany. You know, we talk every week. And he was telling me he just got back from a trip to Berlin. All right. Mm-hmm. And for the first time ever, he saw an episode of Drag Race at a bar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I guess it's not a thing he really does. And he was saying how he watched RDR live at a bar.
Oh.
And he was telling me how much of a good time, and it was so much funnier. He goes that like he knew he wouldn't laugh in private, but that he actually was laughing at it, and the whole bar was laughing at RDR live.
Oh, how funny.
And I said, this is how I know you're in Germany. Have you ever been to a live viewing party of Drag Race?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. I can only speak for the United States and the faggots here in LA, okay, who don't shut the fuck up, okay? So for that reason, and Robert can weigh in because he watches Drag Race almost every week at a bar with a bunch of faggots, is they don't shut the fuck up, right? So for the most part, only visual things or fights do well in the bar, you know? And so, I'm sure if you went to High Tops like Robert was, no one's paying attention to fucking RDR live. They're just fucking drinking and being loud. Yeah. All right. But of course, in Germany, everyone's super quiet while they're watching this, right? And so, we must sit here and watch the show very, politely, Meanwhile, here in LA, there's all kinds of just faggotry in motion going on at the bars. And so, I think the ball challenge did really, really well.
That would be good. But if the Germans are so quiet, so they're hearing the jokes, how are they laughing?
Well, look, and this is what we were talking about. This is something really interesting. There is something to be said about seeing things in a crowd. I recently went to go see a film at this theater that Quentin Tarantino owns. So because Quentin Tarantino owns it, it's like this whole like movie fucking fanboy like fever dream.
Yeah.
And so at this movie, one of the things they do is they show a cartoon before the movie. And then they showed a Looney Tunes cartoon. Now I see Looney Tunes all the fucking time, right? And I'm going to tell you something. Oh yeah, it's just I'm a big Looney Tunes fan, right? No, but I've seen them in my life. I've seen the Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
I never laugh. I go like maybe. That's like a thing. Right? Why was I crying laughing at this the Looney Tunes cartoon in the theater?
Yeah.
So there is something to be said about the communal experience of watching something, that things become funny. And I've been to other things. Like I've been to movie events where they show a short or a cartoon for other movie events. And like they become very, very funny in a audience.
I get that. Because I went to the Lord of the Rings marathon in December where they showed all three extended. But I've seen Lord of the Rings so many times, but in that theater, I was laughing a lot at jokes that I've seen hundreds of times or whatever. So I get it.
So I get it. And also, look, the
Nerd
Germans
alert. You just fucking said you were crying laughing at a Looney Tunes.
The Germans aren't known for their fucking sense of humor, let's be honest. That's the thing that they're not known for. Okay.
And they're known for a lot, but not that.
They're known for a lot, but no one's ever like, oh God, man, that Germany. So funny. No one's ever saying that. Anyway.
So you liked the glory hole?
No, but I was whatever. But I think I could see that being one of those bits that played really fucking well at a bar on a Friday night. So,
Yeah.
Okay, that was. Oh, by the way, what I will say, when I was watching it, was I was like, "There's a lot of germs going on this,"
Yeah.
and also there's
Less
a
than a
cute.
normal glory hole, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it only goes one way. But the pit crew guy, by the way, there's a new pit crew guy. He's really cute.
He's cute. And I also kind of admire them for trying to have that like really artistic camera angle where you see Rue through the glory hole.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I was like, oh, look at them being artsy.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Nathan?
Not for that section.
All right, here we go. Later, RuPaul walked into the workroom to pay some table visits. Harmonia uses the same silhouette. Acacia feels at home with unconventional materials. Ariadne throws Crystal Envy under the bus. And Lana learns why you should be careful what you wish for. Later, Sam reveals his godfather is Charles Barkley, and Crystal misunderstands the term Jersey. Back in the workroom, the girls work on their outfits. Acacia feels confident after looking around the room. Later, Lexi Love returns outside to her outfit to see that someone has spray painted on her tarp. She asks the workroom if they knew who did this, and no one says a thing. She leaves in a huff, and Anya confesses to the other girls that she had done so accidentally. She refuses to tell Lexi, though, because Anya doesn't feel it's the right time. Meanwhile, I don't know when the right time would be. Meanwhile, outside, Ariadne learns of the mistake and fesses up right away. Next, Lexi storms into the workroom to confront Anya, and it turns into a huge blow-up. Finally, it's elimination day, and the girls get ready for the runway. Lexi approaches Ariadne and Anya, and the three girls make up. Later, Sam and Lexi look around the room, and the other girls looks. All right, let's go piece by piece. Let's start with those table visits. Anything you have to say about the table visits, Nathan Patrick Brown?
Yeah, I thought Rue was great. I thought he was very straightforward. He was given hints. He was given Easter eggs. He was just being fun. Like he was actually saying like, yeah, give me that piece of fabric. Let me stretch it and see what it's like. I like that he seemed to have a bit more energy, and he was just like being a bit more interactive, as if he actually cares what they come out wearing, which I don't think is the case, but it felt that way. So I liked that. And I also really like this challenge. I think upcycled materials is always fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy with that. Jules also said at one point she has webbed toes. I just think that needs to be mentioned. And same thing with Sam with this Charles Barkley Godfather thing. I was like, I didn't see that coming.
Okay. Let's talk about that right now. I have it on my list. Sam says a couple of things.
Yeah.
Sam says he grew up poor, but then he says that Charles Barkley is his godfather. Now, look.
I thought the same thing, yeah.
Look, here's the deal. Look, it doesn't mean that because Charles Barkley is his godfather that he's going to be rich. And then that doesn't make any, of course not, right? But to me, poverty is more than just, again, another topic probably for Relaska Thoughts, but poverty is more than just a lack of money or wealth, okay?
Yeah.
It's more than that. It's also a lack of connections. And this could actually be an argument that you could make for affirmative action in colleges and all this stuff. Because one of the biggest things you take away from your university experience is the connections you make while you're there. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, for instance, and I know Robert can attest to this, I can attest to this, if you improve the station of where you are, you're going to make connections with people who are already well connected and will continue to be well connected, and that will help you in life. It's served me well. It's served Robert well. It's served a lot of people that I know well. And so, yes, there's financial poverty. I just don't think Sam was really that poor. There's no way that you're that poor and Charles Barkley is your godfather. Mm-hmm. And what I mean is, I don't know how to put it, because it would just be really weird if your godfather In other words, there's a closeness that you have because your parent was so close to this person that they asked Charles Barkley to be the godfather, and he accepted.
Yeah.
And not that he would just give you money, but Charles Barkley could open up opportunities for his family. And what I mean is, oh, well, I am invested in this business. You should do this. But again, connections go a long way. This doesn't make any sense. And what I'm also trying to say is, okay, if you didn't have a lot of money, you're rich in just the fact that Charles Barkley is your godfather.
Well, because she put that on the application form. She put in that photo of her and Charles as part of her application. And did that help her get on the show? Maybe.
Well, I don't think that. But what I do think, I think it's more of the connection to what's her name again? The Tuck, Trinity the Tuck.
Oh, yeah. The Tuck.
But I'm just saying, like, it's just kind of galling to say, oh, I grew up poor. And I'm not saying that she grew up wealthy.
Yeah.
With money, but I'm just saying it's just no.
I'm not super familiar with Charles Barkley.
So Charles Barkley is a very, very, not only was he a famous basketball player and was very successful with that, but also immediately went on to become a very successful sports broadcaster. And it has a lot of endorsements, even still to this day. He has a lot of money.
But and that was the case 20-ish years ago when Sam was born, right?
Yes.
Like, it wasn't just like he just became famous in the last 5 years. I would even say
there's a good chance Charles Barkley was even retired by the time Sam was born.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd have to look, and I don't care that much to look. But I don't know how Sam starts, like 25?
Well, she's not older than 32. We know that.
Yeah. I don't know how old Sam Starr is, but if Charles Barkley was playing basketball when Sam was born, it didn't last much longer than that. Okay. He's like a 90s basketball star. Okay. But then, like I said, continued to be popular, even probably more popular than he ever was as a basketball player, as a sports commentator and broadcaster.
Yeah. Well, I know he's at least hosted SNL, right?
I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's weird to claim poverty. And I can get into a bigger deal here with this, but I'm not. Well, maybe it'll come up in Relaska Thoughts. But it was a very silly thing to say.
Yes. This Lexi, can we talk about her for a hot second? Like, even before Spray Paint Gate, she was being such a fucking cunt to Sam when Sam had a tarp. And she was like, hold on, I have a tarp as well. And, like, giving Sam shit, being like, we better not be doing the same fucking look. And it's like, you picked a tarp.
Yeah.
Like, what are you really hoping for here, doll? That pissed me off. I was like, she's like, well, you better be doing something different. It's like, get fucked. It's unconventional materials. There's a whole, like, pile of crap in the corner that they have to use. Let Sam use a fucking tarp.
Yeah.
God, that pissed me off.
Wow, it's weird what pisses you off. Wow, that really, really pushed your buttons.
It's just like, do you own tarps? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like that, like, telling people what they can do thing.
What's the name of the bar that Robert goes to, the gay bar?
High tops.
And then what did Lexi have outside?
Tops.
Are those the same word to you?
Tops and tops.
Well, no. That is not what you said. Now you were being very tops and tops. No. That's not what you said.
Tops.
Arietti. So RuPaul asks her, who do you think should have been in the bottom instead of you? And she says, Crystal Envy. What did you think of this?
I thought it was a wild swing because I was like trying to think and I was like, yeah, I guess Crystal was a bit boring as the Weekend Update host, but I didn't think she was bottom material. And then it all clicked into place when Crystal confronted her about it. And she's like, oh yeah, what was your look again? And I was like, oh, so it's all about the fucking look.
It's all about the looks with them. It's all about the looks with them.
Yeah, and she's like, at least I took a big swing. And I was like, but this was a bad swing.
But here's the deal. You have to say somebody. You have to say somebody.
You do.
I already mentioned this, and I own it. I mean, I applaud it. I applaud. You have to say somebody. She spoke her truth. Okay, let's go to the workroom now. Let's talk about the moment.
Yes.
The tarp. For those of you who don't watch the show, we get to see a rare look outside.
I love that. I love seeing them outdoors.
Yeah, she's outdoors, and the dolls are, getting their look, doing whatever they have to do outside that they can't do indoors to their looks, which is in this case spray painting stuff or whatever. And we see this Lexi go outside and go like, what the fuck? And there's all this like spray painted brown shit all over it and all this other stuff on it. And she goes and she storms into the workroom and she goes, someone ruined my tarp. Someone ruined my tarp. And there's brown paint all over it. And everyone's like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. It's really weird, right? And then she's like, no one? And everyone's like, I don't know. And then she goes back outside and Anya goes, okay, it was me. Right? And they're like, well, Anya, you got to tell her it was you. And she's like, I don't think it's the right time. She's really heated right now. And then Lexi goes back outside. Ariette's still working on her shit. And she goes, it's someone to spray. What is this? And then Ariette right away goes, oh, that was me and Anya. Sorry. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Right? And then that just sets this Lexi off. Right? She storms right back inside and they get into a huge giant fight right there. And everyone's like, oh, there's a resolution later, but we'll get to that later. What did you think of this fight? And Lexi goes back and forth with Anya and it goes back and forth. What did you think of this?
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, thank God something's happening. It really was a shot of adrenaline for me, just like actually getting excited about something that was happening on the TV.
Did it give you one shot?
One shot of adrenaline. I thought it was fucking fantastic. I mean, first of all, as you said earlier, just spray paint over it, like calm the fuck down.
Yeah, like what's this? Spray paint over it.
Second of all, don't leave your tarp on the ground in the spray paint area. Like, what the fuck did you think would happen? Third of all, it's a tarp. It was ruined before someone else spray painted on it. And then, I mean, I'm very grateful for her getting so worked up. But, like, I kind of sided with Anya during this.
You did?
She was not receptive to hearing anything at that point in time. And if I was Anya, I probably would have just shut the fuck up as well. Knowing that, of course, I'm going to be outed, like, eventually.
But Ariette fessed up and it was fine.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I don't know. If I'm Anya, I'm in my workroom, I'm working on my outfit. Like, girl, take it down a note before I, like, put my hand up and say whoops.
Here's the deal. You have to make some considerations here. Take some things into consideration here. Is because it was an honest mistake, I would think that the producers would find some sort of workaround. Now, that doesn't make for interesting television, I know. But I'm just saying I would think the producer would find some sort of workaround. Because that would just be patently unfair. The other thing would be, I would be like, ugh, I got to spray paint over it. I would make Anya go spray paint over it. Like, you got to spray paint over this.
That's fair enough, yeah.
I read online that there's speculation that there was more to the fight than what we saw. I guess I also read that Crystal Envy exposed at a watch party that there was a huge blow up between Corey King and Hormona Lisa that got really bad.
Oh.
And actually explains why Hormona intentionally said bye, Corey, when she left.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't show it. And
well, that's annoying. Show us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't show it. And so but in terms of this, I thought Anya was very in the wrong. Look, I can understand the decision that she made, but when Lexi came in all heated, I felt Anya immediately jumped to her, became defensive.
Oh, yeah. She did the same thing with the trim.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's very funny that she keeps sabotaging people's design and outfits.
Yeah. So that seems to be her thing. And so, it's, I don't know. Ultimately, it's not that serious. And ultimately, Lexi Love is, like, I guess my question would be, is like, how would Lexi Love have handled this?
Like, should have handled it?
Like, in other words, if she were the Anya Nerve. That's the thing, too, is I don't know that Lexi Love would have been as magnanimous. She hasn't proven herself to be a very good person either. I don't know. It's a bunch of really shitty people just fighting with each other.
No, yeah, she's a cunt. But, yeah, I just don't think you can come in that heated and expect to be like, oh, I would have been sweet as pie if you just told me. If you just owned up to it, I wouldn't have cared. It's an honest mistake. And it's like, well, yeah, your energy wasn't saying that. Like, that's not how you do conflict resolution, doll.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, thank God she fucking did. And I do see what you're saying about this speculation that maybe it went on for a lot longer, because the day sort of ends there and then it's the next day all of a sudden and she's had a complete 180. And
so
she ends up sort of apologizing to Anya. Well, Anya does apologize, but she seems to sort of get out of taking accountability at the same time.
I'm glad ultimately they were able to move past it, and that's very adult and whatnot. People can get mad, but I also think what happened was production made it right. And since they made it right and everyone felt whole, then it was much easier to forgive and forget.
And did they just make it right by being like, oh, we'll just spray paint over it?
Or maybe they were like, we'll have a crew member paint over it for you. We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it, right? I don't know.
So fucking dramatic when she was like, you've ruined my design. You've ruined my tarp. You've ruined my whole chance at this show, at RuPaul's Drag Race. I was like, girl, it was already safe at best. It actually made no impact to your trajectory in this competition.
I have a note here. God, I wish I gave myself more context. It just says, Lana Del Rey, and it's quoting her, all you can do is laugh. And I was like, really? If I'm speculating here, Lana must have said something like, oh, when people say shitty things about me, all I can do is laugh. Or something like, no, you don't. That's my guess. That's my guess. I don't know what happened on Elimination Day, but that's my guess. Is she said something stupid. Like, it seems like it's really like opposite of what Lana Del Rey does. So by Rulaska thoughts, I will have an answer for that. All right, let's move on to the Let's Get See Sickening Ball. Nathan, as always, we had Mr. Blackstone give his thoughts on the looks. And again, like I said, I do not have time to listen to these. I don't have time to go over them. And I'm really scared about what we're going to hear right now, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll be a bit like, misogynist and like using fish a lot. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. You're right.
Well, it's interesting. I thought we moved away from that, but then Ru does come in the workroom at one point and he's like, hey, do I smell fish? And I was like, oh, maybe we're doing that now.
Yeah. I know. Oh, God. And he's like an old racist white gay man. I know. Here we go. Okay, we're going to start with the tops. And as always, it works, all the way up to the winner. And then it goes to the bottoms. And so first up, we have...
Tops come first. That's the rule.
Tops come first, yeah, especially in Mr. Blackstone's world. First, we have Crystal Envy. All right, Crystal Envy. Do you want to give your thoughts first on Crystal Envy, or do you want to hear Mr. Blackstone? Because sometimes he can overshadow things.
Yeah, well, I'll just say I thought it was cute. I didn't really see how it was like top. I thought it was, it looks well made, but it wasn't very interesting. Like, I think with a materials challenge, I sort of like when you can tell if it's made out of random materials, and this just looked like fabric.
Well, I think the little glasses... Well, I'm going to let Mr. Blackstone... He does, I think, he's supposed to describe the look. And All right, here we go.
Well, looky here. A big heap of Jersey Shore trash. But enough about Crystal Envy. Let's talk about the look.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. That's like a standard issue roast joke, and so I expected more out of him.
Tried and true.
She's serving Starburst wrapper fashioned as a fitted mermaid gown with pink and yellow stripes that swirl around her body, flaring into a ruffled fishtail at the hem.
Honestly, that is the look. He's very objective and honest.
Starburst wrapper. That really nailed it.
Yeah.
Her shoulder is adorned with a cascade of shredded lace. And boy, I haven't seen so many perfectly good lays hacked up like that since they dug under the floorboards of John Wayne Gacy's house.
Okay.
Oh.
That was a lot. Do you know who John Wayne Gacy is, Nathan?
Serial killer?
Yeah, it was a serial killer. He would pick up these like hot guys and then rape them and then murder them and bury them under his house.
Was he dressed as a clown?
Yeah, the guy that he wouldn't do it dressed as a clown. What happened was when they caught him, he like would donate his time to like charities and dress up as a clown and stuff. But he wasn't dressed as a clown. Yeah, never trust a clown. Susie Toot. All right, here we go.
Meanwhile, matching loofahs are attached to the skirt like Joe, clinging to Aiden after one phone call.
Okay, why am I catching strays again?
And does he listen to Just Between Us Girls? 'Cause that seems quite topical.
Well, look, as a thank you, I gave him a free subscription, but I didn't think he listened.
I guess he does.
I guess he does.
Sounds like it's time for a round of Bed, Bath, and Be Honest. Crystal, you are boring and stupid.
Okay.
Oh.
Look, I mean, look, for Mr. Blackstone, it was,
Yeah, he's been a lot worse.
Okay, so so I'll be honest with you. I actually really liked the little coral glasses thing. I thought that was a really cute touch. And I'm a sucker for a mermaid outfit or whatever. I liked it, but I agree with you. It wasn't necessarily the best thing we saw on the runway.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, I don't know if it was top worthy, but whatever. Okay, well, I know who's next, and I think we know what we can expect. The next one is Sam Starr. And historically, I mean, he said that really offensive thing about, in German, because Sam Starr is very, the kind of person that a certain group of people will really like, Even though, if you think about it, they would have killed Sam Starr too.
Yeah.
For being a gay. Yeah,
you really think about it, yeah.
But here's the deal. We haven't really talked about this. Mr. Blackstone, to me, embodies, I don't know if they have him in Australia, but a very specific, older, white gay man who is, they go to all the DNC functions and HRC campaigns and all this stuff, but they're low-key racist. I'm always, and I don't know if I'm not saying this is true, but they all look like Tim Cook to me. So to me, in my head, Mr. Blackstone looks like Tim Cook.
Yeah.
But all right. So next we have Sam Starr. I hope he doesn't say anything offensive in German. Here we go.
Now this is how you turn trash into treasure. Sam Starr is serving an elegant ball gown silhouette with a structured bodice made from a green tarp, paired with an opulent skirt exploding with layers of neon garbage bags in lime green, coral, and white. The cascading plastic gives the illusion of seafoam, while her pearl-encrusted accessories and that stunning bubble-inspired updo add a touch of high fashion fantasy.
Why can't he be this not objective, but like this detailed and everything with everybody else?
I was going to say, this is very biased, though, don't you think?
Yes, it's
stunning.
Very biased.
It's trash bags.
Yes.
Sam took the challenge and made it couture. She's giving Aryan goddess surrounded by garbage. Sounds just like this competition. Not since Leni Riefenstahl has a woman had such a talented eye for beauty and power.
Oh my God!
Not that Leni Riefenstahl did cut.
Do you know who Leni Riefenstahl is?
No.
I don't even know why I know this. So Leni Riefenstahl was like Hitler's personal like movie director.
Oh.
And she would film, all those movies you see of like big Nazi rallies and stuff like that, and they're like really like cinematically done. That's Leni Riefenstahl.
Oh.
She was a woman, and she, she was never a member of the Nazi Party, but she is. I think her career was ruined, but she wasn't brought up on charges or anything like that. But of course, Mr. Blackstone is going to reference Leni Riefenstahl.
Yeah, we really need Sam Starr to stop being in the top, so
yeah,
he can stop going on about it.
What's he going to do if she gets eliminated?
Cry. Well, I thought this look wasn't that great. It looked like trash bags stuck on a tarp. So I was very surprised she was in the top.
Okay, I thought it looked great, but I feel like we've seen this before. I don't know. I don't have the references like Robert or other people do, but I feel like
Alaska was very trash bag.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one too. Yeah.
I know I just said with like Crystal, I wish I could have seen a bit more of the actual material in the look, but this was too much of the material.
Yeah.
Like I could see the heap of trash on her.
Yeah.
But at least Mr. Blackstone liked it. I don't know.
Oh, of course. Mr. Black, she could fucking wear a diaper and he would be like, Valentina, you're beautiful or whatever. Okay. Now let's go to the person who actually won the challenge, Arietti. And he's historically not liked her.
Yeah.
But she did win. And I will say her looks are pretty good. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Oh, Arietti is giving us Little Mermaid meets Big Mierda.
Okay. Do you even know what mierda is?
No.
Okay. For being really racist, Sam knows a lot of languages. He's spoken Chinese, Spanish, German.
Oh, is his first name Sam?
I'm sorry, not Sam. Mr. Blackstone. I don't even know what Mr. Blackstone's first name is. Mr. Blackstone's, but it's funny that I associated Sam with me. You know what? Sam
funny.
really is just a young Mr. Blackstone. But he's like he's the prequel. But Mr. Blackstone knows all these different languages. Mierda means shit in Spanish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a world traveler.
Little Mermaid, Big Mierda. Okay, I get the joke. Here we go.
Blue and pink shredded fabric looks like one of those melted Superman paletas her abuela bought her for eating all her almuerzo.
Okay.
I would call her the Man of Steel, but I think Anya's already earned that title.
He's really on it with Anya.
Still, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Pun. Here we go.
And that yoga mat chest piece, it's more namaste away from that sewing machine.
Oh my God.
The coral made of glue and wire is creative, as are the spray-painted bottle cap bubbles. But let's be honest, is anyone surprised that a Mexican's got skills with a can of spray paint?
Oh my God. Okay. Why? I literally need the audience to know why you guys love this person. He is a horrible human being.
And he's never afraid of going there, is he?
No, because when you're in the white power, in the ivory tower of white power, you're protected. Here we go.
I heard this chola and the black girl tagged that pretty white girl's outfit the first chance they got. Sin vergüenza.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Like no shame. Okay. But here's the deal.
I mean, she did tag
it is
top.
It is funny that I laugh. Mr. Blackstone made me laugh. Because it is true, a black girl and a Mexican use spray paint on a white girl's tarp. So it does seem like they tagged it. Okay. So I will give that to Mr. Blackstone. Okay. Any thoughts on Arietti's? I actually liked Arietti's outfit. That was really
I
pretty.
thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And I thought it was overshadowed by that amazing like angelfish look that she had before. But yeah, I thought you could tell a lot of work was put into that outfit.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's move on. Now, next we have Acacia Forgot. Has she been on this before? Like, I don't know.
Maybe that first week when she was in the bottom.
Yeah, I don't. And I think Mr. Blackstone was still a little more timid then. I'm assuming he's gonna love, because based on Sam Star's white. I'm assuming he's gonna love Acacia Forgot, and because she's white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Let's see.
Acacia Forgot is giving us Grand Dame of the Empire.
See?
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her, it's the Inland Empire.
Okay. Wait, hold on for a second. See, first of all, Mr. Blackstone is showing his geographical bias because no one outside of LA knows what he's talking about. Okay, so the Inland Empire is this area right outside of Los Angeles. Like between, actually it's between LA and Palm Springs. It would make sense that he knows it, but also LA and Vegas. But it's also like, if I'm just speaking to the stereotype, it's kind of where trashy people of all races move to. So whether they're Mexican, black, but in this case, because she's white, like
I learned so much.
lower class white people, okay, are in the Inland Empire. So that's what he's saying. So, all right.
Goddess made of a fleece blanket looks bulky and ill-fitted, just like the suit Joe wears of the Magic Castle.
Okay.
How does he know? Has he seen the pics?
When has he ever? Well, I've never taken Mr. Blackstone to the Magic Castle. He's never. I don't know what. You know what? There's a conspiracy theory on Discord that Lori's writing the jokes, but Lori's never been with me to the Magic Castle. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Christian.
Actually, yeah, it could be.
Or they work together. I don't know. Anyway.
The tarp skirt, puffed up with pool noodles, has all the grace of a hillbilly kid trying to slip his hand down his cousin's panties. And those...
Oh,
Well, I guess he can even come for white people, too, because that's a sort of like hillbilly stereotype.
those aluminum takeout container flowers, they look less like a bouquet and more like the ashtray Acacia's teen mom used to put out her cigarettes while she was pregnant with her cousin's redneck spawn.
Oh my shit! Fucking
really getting personal.
Yeah, if you don't match Mr. Blackstone's like tiny little which is funny because if we assume Acacia's from LA, there's fucking the Sam Starr's from North Carolina. You don't get more, I don't know.
Stop saying you're from LA, cunt, and admit you're from Rialto.
Okay. Rialto's like a town in the Inland Empire. I think that's what he's saying. Okay, what did you think of Acacia's outfit?
Well, I thought it was all right-ish. Like, I think it was... I don't think it looked that great, but I think it was probably safe compared to some of the other looks.
Yeah, it was fine. I didn't really like it. Actually, I probably would have liked it better without the little, like, aluminum ornamentation or what accents or whatever.
I agree.
But then I guess they would have read her for not really doing enough with the challenge. But there you go. Okay, I'm really scared. The next one's Lana Del Rey.
Uh-oh.
He doesn't... Mr. Blackstone, despite having the word black in his name, does not have a good reputation with black people. So I have my finger on the bleep button. I'm telling you, every week I'm expecting the N-word to come out of his mouth. I think it's a miracle we haven't had it yet. Here we go. This might not make the final cut. I'm not sure yet.
Lana Del Rey is serving washed ashore couture, which makes sense because everyone knows black people can't swim.
Okay. Right out the gate. not going well. Not going well.
Like, he hasn't even bothered to describe the look yet.
Oh, he ain't thought of the look. Just the fact. What's funny is he set up a straw man argument. He's saying washed up couture, which he just named it, and then saying black people can't swim. Anyway.
The netting adds a touch of nautical flair, but I haven't seen a water-based black tragedy this sad since Amistad.
Oh my God.
The shredded blue plastic draped over an old pair of jeans is giving that new black Little Mermaid.
Oh no.
And we all saw how successful that was.
Wait, hold on for a second. Wasn't that movie a big hit?
I thought it was quite big.
I think in his eyes it wasn't successful.
And don't even get me started on the re-theming of Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, whoever that is.
Wait.
Very popular princess.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about there.
Hey, blacks, water is for white people.
Oh my God. That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, Nathan. I'm telling you, it is shocking to me. Once again, I'm going to say this. Anytime there's no
far.
Yeah, anytime he said there's no N-word, anytime there's no N-word, I think it's kind of a victory. It's really sad how low the bar is for Mr. Blackstone. What did you think of the look?
Oh, I thought it wasn't that great.
It's horrible. The look is horrible.
Bit of a mess, right?
It's horrible. And like I said earlier, like, again, it not only is it horrible, but she can't even sell the fucking outfit. You know, we're going to talk about the other looks on Relaska Thoughts tomorrow. But I was re-looking at it, and the look she has, one of the looks she has is beautiful. It's stunning, but it's someone else made it. Okay, which is fine. They all have the outfits they can't. But she doesn't even sell that look. It looks like she's like a zombie walking down the runway.
And it's almost as if there was like no concept behind it. Like at least if someone like, really like took a big swing and like went for a specific look and they just didn't pull it off.
Yeah.
But this one I couldn't tell what the
if you think about
was.
it, they all had the same amount of time. And I mean, what did she do with her time? Why did no one bring that up? It's like, I could have made that in an hour. Anyway, all right. Well, the last one who went home was Hormona Lisa, another white person, but we saw what happened to Acacia. Oh, sorry, the volume's down.
Hormona Lisa is serving Shelley Winter's realness on a budget because this look
Who's Shelley Winters?
Wasn't she on Poseidon Adventure?
Oh.
is giving the Poseidon adventure, but even more tragic.
What?
Oh.
You're just done with Mr. Blackstone, aren't you, Nathan? You're not a fan.
No. Well, actually, no, he's a horrible person. I'm not going to sit here and defend him.
Well, I know, but we get so many emails and messages from people in my life who know me. Taylor loves Mr. Blackstone.
Yeah, all right. Well, okay, let's invite him back next week and see how he goes.
The umbrella fabric turned into a swing dress feels more like a retirement home tiki party than ocean couture. And that bubble wrap reveal, it's less fashion and more, I just unpacked my Amazon order and I'd like to make a return. The neon green plastic accents look like a lump of caca from the Ghostbusters ghost. I, for one, am glad this Tina Yothers lookalike finally got that boot. Sha-na-na-la.
Okay, I don't know what any of that last sentence was.
No, me either, but I quite enjoyed that critique.
Oh, really?
Because it wasn't, like, racist.
Well, that was the pass that Hormona got. Yeah. Even Acacia, who's white, got a racist.
That one was quite pleasant.
Yeah, I think I like seeing a white person get it at least for once.
Okay, so, yeah, I thought Hormona's look was pretty plain.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, like, interesting. It wasn't a schmozzle. Mm-hmm. And at least she did do that different silhouette that, like, Rue warned her, like, to do something different. But
I didn't think it was
wasn't
that
different
bad.
enough.
I argued before. I don't necessarily think she should have been in the bottom two, if I'm being honest with you. I thought she gave a safe thing. I think they just decided she had to go. It should have been, for me, like Acacia or Lana Jarre or somebody else in Lana Jarre. It just seemed like it was a forced thing. But whatever. It is.
Well, you have to talk about Corey King's look in Relaska
Corey
Thoughts.
King.
Like,
Corey
that was
King
just a corset with rope stuck on it, but not even the whole way around.
Yes.
So,
Corey King should have 100% been in that conversation and probably should have been Corey versus Lana. Nathan, any other final thoughts on the looks? I know there was a look that you want. Were any looks because you're not going to be here for tomorrow for Relaska Thoughts. So any looks that were in the other ones that you want to talk about?
I just thought the fish looks that they all brought were generally, like, quite great. I think I love that theme. But Ariadne's angelfish one was my favorite. Yeah. So good. And I think Jules had a really cool one as well.
All right, Nathan. Well, those are the looks. And I guess now it's time to bring back my girls. All right, back on the main stage, Ariadne is named the winner of the challenge, while Lana Jarre and Hormona Lisa are placed in the bottom two, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for their lives. The song, Get Him Back by Olivia Rodrigo. In the end, Lana lived to see another day, while Hormona Lisa was asked to sashay away. Nathan Patrick Brown, any final thoughts on the episode?
Yes, a couple.
Okay.
One, Michelle, she says she's sick of Barbie looks. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? Like, I get she's Rue's right hand gal. She's been on the judging panel for God knows how many fucking years. I get she's allowed to have these opinions, but also it's just like, shut up. If a queen wants to do a Barbie look, who says you're the tastemaker that says that that's, like, not good? Like, she pisses me off. But on the flip side, I thought Laura Roach was great. I thought they were great, and even this Hunter Schafer, I thought was a really good guest judge, and I wouldn't be, like, upset if she came back like next season, like a little one-off.
She's been on before.
Has she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't mind if she does it every season. A little guest spot.
She was in that Cuckoo, and that was really good.
And it was very funny when Hormona went home, and she was like super surprised that she went home. I was like, you already got eliminated once and got saved. Like, I just think it's funny that she's delusional until the end. But from what you said earlier, it does make sense that she probably thought she could last a few more episodes based on the Delulu-ness.
Yeah, she probably did. No, she said she was crying. She thought at the end of Untucked, or was at the end of the episode, she was crying because she was like, she felt she let down everyone in her hometown, that she didn't go all the way like they expected her to. I'm like,
who expected that? Dolly Parton's cousin.
Yeah. Anything else, Nathan?
No.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next week and every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17. So for Nathan Patrick Brown and myself,
sashay away until next week.
Thank you for listening to Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? Leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. You can also email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ+ content, support us over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. This podcast was produced by Luke Stamen. You can follow Nathan Brown over on Instagram at NathanBrown90. Follow Joe Betance on Instagram at Joe Betance. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: April Pacheco, Astute Girl, Brad Coley, Derek Byers, Doofus Maximus, E. Smith, Effie Wop, Emma, Phil Skit Pony, Blind Suki, Humble Pie, J. Thomas Plank, Kathy Zender, Katie Whitmire, Lauren Eckert, Lucy Carrasco, Luke Stamen, Mary S., Mike Yeager, Nikki Baker, Nikki Pettit, Polly, Poppy Woods, Ricardo Herrera, Runner Brandon, Sarah Yu, Tom Bombs, Travi Cosmos, and Troy Anderson. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.